Good morning. Today we will discuss the Phillips curve, the basic concept of Phillips curve, its criticism, and the logic behind the Phillips curve. So basically, Phillips curve is named after Professor Phillips. He was a citizen of New Zealand, and he did his research in the London School of Economics on the inflation and unemployment. He used almost 100 years of data, that is 40, that is from 1857 to 1953, and he finds that he concluded his study research, and in conclusion he says that there are inverse and stable relation between inflation and unemployment. So we'll see this relations. You will see this by graph here. So basically, Phillips curves look like say this type. Let me nice. So this is Phillips curve. This is Phillips curve. Drawing is not appropriate that much it needed. So what he says, if suppose that in a economy, this is inflation, inflation, and this level is called unemployment, right? On the y-axis, we will keep the unemployment. So what will happen? What's the Phillips curve says that if we can see here at this level, if the inflation is increasing, if suppose that from this level inflation is increasing, inflation is increasing, so the unemployment will be decreasing. You will see this by this graph. We will see here. So the unemployment will keep decreasing, right? But if the inflation is decreasing, if the inflation is decreasing, the unemployment will keep increasing, right? So the logic behind he given Phillips given that first things, suppose there is a new production in the economy. Suppose there is a new production in the economy. Because of the new production, new people will be employed in the economy, and because of the new employment, the new purchasing power will be generated in the economy, right? So this purchasing power will use for the demand and consumptions of goods and services. So people will demand for the goods and services, right? So we are looking from this graph. Suppose there is a new production in the economy. Because of the new production, the unemployment will reduce, right? Employment will increase, purchasing power will increase, and this purchasing power, people will demand for the goods and services. So what will happen? The inflation will increase. On the vice versa way, if there is a no additional production in the economy, so what will happen? There will be decreasing in the purchasing power of the people. Because of the no additional productions, there will be higher unemployment and reduction in the purchasing power. Because of the reduction in the purchasing power, people will reduce their goods and service demand for the goods and services. And because of the demand for the goods, low demand for the goods and services, what will happen? The inflation will increase. So because inflation is increasing, we can see here unemployment is, inflation is decreasing, unemployment is increasing, so vice versa. So if Philip says this, there is a inverse and stable relation. Stable word he used because he the research was based on the more approx 100 years of data. So this is the Phillips curve. Now we will see the criticism of Phillips curve. How Phillips criticized first. So we'll see the first things. What happened in 1970, economy was in a stagnant mode. Stagnant mode means the growth rate was, I mean, very low in the economy. That is 2 to 3%. 2 to 3% growth rate in the economy. And because of the lower growth rate, of course, there will be low productions and unemployment will be higher. So there was already higher unemployment in the economy. Unemployment was higher, right? And what happened, because of the some regions, the old production in the economy, the demand for the old production economy increases. So when the demand for the goods and services increase, maybe main reason for this, maybe the people want accumulation, maybe uncertainty, or maybe there are maybe many things for this. So but result, what happened, the demand for the goods and old production in the economy increased, and because of that inflation also increased. So both things, like both variable, unemployment and inflation in the economy increased, and people, economists called it as stagflation. Stagflation, right? So people call it as stagflation, and economists were criticizing Phillips, that you said that there will be inverse relation, but what the economy is showing is completely different. But this criticism was not that much appropriate uh, to criticize Phillips curve, because the first things is that the Phillips curve was based on the 100 years of data. So one should not criticize Phillips on the basis of 2 3 years of economic behavior, because in the shorter period of time, many different pattern behavior of economic can be noticed, right? Second things, in the later on, the Friedman came into the picture, and he says that there are two types of Phillips curve. This is very much important. We need to, I mean, understand here. So he says that there are two types of Phillips curve. The first is longer term of Phillips curve, and the second is the shorter term of Phillips curve. Right? So what he says, when the economy will achieve the full employment, I mean, this point is called NRU. NRU, right? And we have inflation here, we have unemployment on this point. This is y-axis, x-axis, right? So and this is longer term of Phillips curve, this is shorter term of PC, this is shorter term, and this is PC longer term, right? So in this, I mean, he says that when the in RU happened in the economy, means the natural rate of unemployment. Basically, the natural rate of unemployment means that there is a only voluntary unemployment, means actual unemployment. The people don't want to work, so government cannot do for them, give them education, give them a skill, give them everything. At the end of the day, they will be sitting at house excusing many reason for the unemployment. So no one can do for this set of people, and this set of people exist at the, I mean, every villages or town, I mean, at the small size of population, one can observe this set of people. So basically the government concern is the person is looking for job, eligible for job, skilled for job, and getting not getting on appropriate wages for that. So these are the point government look for that. But this is not concern of the people. But if these people are not getting employment, so the economy even will be considered in the full employment. So what he says that if this is the NRU point, natural rate of unemployment, and if economy will achieve this line, after this that only inflation will increase. Only inflation will increase. There will be no change of unemployment rate. He says, Philip says, one more thing, trade-off is a very good concept come into the picture. Trade-off means we'll understand here trade-off. So basically trade-off, if what is trade-off? Suppose this is the Phillips curve, right? Now what will happen? Suppose, right? Let me complete this picture, then I will explain. Yeah. So this is Phillips curve. This is Phillips curve. Now suppose the government economy, this is A economy and this is B economy, right? The A economy have the higher inflation, but at the same time economy have higher inflation and lower unemployment rate, right? Higher inflation and lower unemployment economy, and the B state of economy have the higher unemployment but the lower inflations. So this is the this point is called as a, I mean, trade off, because suppose A economy wanted to reduce the inflations, then economy A have to increase their unemployment, right? Means for getting one they have to sacrifice another. This is called the trade-off. So, and vice versa, economy B have higher unemployment but lower inflations. So economy B want to reduce the unemployment, for that they have to face the higher inflation, right? So if unemployment will reduce, there will be higher inflation, right? So this concept is called as the trade-off. What is called it? Trade-off. So this is all about Phillips curve. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.